Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are. And if you think we were done with Superman, guess again. And it's mainly because of absolute sheer boredom on a Sunday that I really want to do this more than anything, because we don't really delve into these apart from the World's Gone Insane kind of podcast. But we're going to do it anyway. And you can tell from the title, is Superman woke? And the answer is no, not really. And yes, and everything in between. So, of course, because right wingers can't help themselves, they have to moan about something. Everything is woke, everything is, you know, gay or too black or blah blah blah, and they hate everything and they're never happy. They have everything in the world and they're never happy. So, here we are talking about Superman. If it's not Superman, it's going to be Spider Man. If it's not Spider Man, it's going to be fucking the MCU. It's gonna be something. So today it's Superman. Tomorrow it'll be Minecraft. But that being said, they were very triggered over the fact that Superman is an immigrant story. That's what James Gunn says, straight from James Gunn's mouth. He said, Superman is an immigrant story, and it's about an illegal alien that comes in and does his best to integrate into society, like so many others. And of course, they hear immigrant, they get triggered because the MAGA movement at the moment is pretty much going all out Gestapo on anything and anyone and deporting immigrants, or not even deporting them, just shoving them all in prisons with no due process, no nothing. And so, of course, when it comes to kindness, compassion, love, and empathy, this triggers the right. And so here we are talking about Superman. So, with that being said, Zam, is Superman woke? Or your thoughts on the right wing meltdown? That'll go to you, Gary.
Well, Lois Lane is a woman, and Perry White is black, and Mister Terrific is also black. So yeah, of course it's woke.
Oh, that's where you're going with it because
I
it's
mean, I
you're
mean,
being
uh,
racist. I see.
I
I
mean,
feel.
it's just so beyond stupid this now because like I've been seeing some of the stuff on right wing media regarding what Superman is. Apparently, he's kind. Kindness is now woke. Anything, these cunts on the other side of the spectrum just have an issue with.
Please keep the swearing down to a minimum.
I apologize.
Yeah.
These runts, you
Right.
know, they have a real issue with, and all of a sudden woke. It's getting tiresome. I mean, Superman is the most wholesome, most caring, lovely. This guy, he is like the embodiment of what he is. He will bend over backwards for everybody and anything. And you saw that in the most recent movie, the amount of lives he was saving, animals he was saving. This guy gives a damn about everything, and he cares. He's not abusive. All of these things. He's always been like that, and somehow this personality trait of his makes him woke. It's ridiculous. I mean, have they not watched Superman before? And there's other things I want to get to because Dean Kane's been obviously going on about this. This is one of the issues. I mean, your time is done, Dean Kane. Into the phantom zone for you. But there are, if you want to look, there are a couple of clips on on YouTube. I was just searching for it now, but I saw it on other people's channels where in Lois and Clark, somebody gave Superman, played by Dean Kane, like some papers because apparently he's an illegal alien. He's an
Yep.
immigrant,
Yep. Saw
and
that.
that was in one of his episodes, and yeah, like they've played this particular card before, and which is why later on I'm going to show you a very very clever TikTok video I came across regarding this. But I'll let Bossman say something first.
Boss man, your thoughts?
Superman's always been woke. Like, he's made by two Jewish writers who from 1930s. And one of the episodes involved him punching Hitler. Well, actually, Captain America did that as well. But he was like, if you're punching Nazis and stuff like that, it's like, it's always been woke. It's always been like, about helping doing the most good for the most amount of people. So I don't see what the issue is. I mean, like, if you want to say this film's woke, it's not really. I mean, like, you've got Eve Tessmacher, who could be more of a valley girl if she tried. You've got flaming, you've got like girls flaming, like throwing themselves at guys. You've got Candyman who's just there to be eye candy. I mean, like, and it's not like these things are bad. I'm just pointing them out. I mean, like, I understand that there's a conflict in the film that is very similar to the conflicts going on at the moment, but that's the way that unfortunately films go. They tend to portray real life because people will pull for it. But like, I mean, the thing is that the whole point of Superman is that he's not of any nation. He will just go where he's needed, and I like that about the film, that he represents everybody, and he's a symbol for everybody. Like, when that kid raises the flag with his symbol on it, and it gives them all hope. I mean, that's what Superman is hope. And I think that's what the right wingers are annoyed about, is that it gives people hope who are downtrodden, who aren't white, that it's for everybody. And I think that's something that they don't like. They're like, oh no, it can't be that. It's just like, well, grow up.
I want to quickly add that Eve Tessmacher was only pretending to be a socialite. She was taking photographs for Jimmy Olsen the whole bloody time, and so maybe they think that's woke because she's not actually a dumb blonde. She's actually quite intelligent, and we can't be having that. Outsmarting Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? That's woke. But they forget that if you've seen Superman 3, where Robert, oh god, what's his name? Robert, the villain of the
Oh, Robert Vaughn.
Robert Vaughn, who really played the proper Lex Luthor in that movie. Yeah. He had a blonde side chick who was also pretending to be stupid when she was really fucking clever.
Yeah,
Robert,
that's what
nobody
it was a
cared.
callback to. It was a callback to that character.
Which is why I want to quickly get to this one particular point now, because this will explain a lot of things, this TikTok video.
Yeah,
Because
go for it. There's no rush.
one
Go for it.
point,
Except for my delivery coming, then I'll have to run off and come back.
this guy, he nails it with one of his responses. Check it out. Put yourself on mute, boss man.
Can't hear it.
I don't know, isn't that like pandering to the woke agenda? How? Because Superman isn't. He's.
Come on, you're a Superman fan. Tell me, since his creation by two immigrants in 1938, was Superman always an illegal immigrant?
Yeah, but I'm sure Superman's all about doing things legally.
Okay, roll the Smallville clip.
Oh, God.
Was it legal when you forged my adoption papers?
I'll see this as well.
I'm an illegal immigrant, Mom. You've been harboring me for over 17 years.
Your situation was entirely different. We had to protect you.
And I need to protect Javier. If I don't defend him, who will?
Damn, I remember seeing this. I didn't have a problem with it then, but apparently I do now.
Do you have a problem with it, or is the media you're watching telling you have a problem with it?
Well,
I really want to pause there, yeah? Because that really is the meat and fucking potatoes of it all, yeah? There's a lot of shit that has come before the woke revolution, yeah, which the stuff was always woke, from Sigourney Weaver in Aliens to fucking Lyndall Hamilton being G.I. Jane in fucking Terminator 2, various things, a trans villain who in fucking not Jesse Ventura, Ace
man.
Ventura.
You swear too much, man. That's why the algo doesn't pick us up.
I'm sorry, Ace Ventura. I'm trying my best. You should have told me this before we started.
Well, I should have.
Yeah. So there's so many elements of strong character. That movie Working Girl with Harrison Ford, all of these things, Avengers and babysitting, God knows what else. There's so much stuff out there where people would be considering a Meteor Man, and even if Blade came out today, prior to Wesley Snipes doing it, they'll all be going on this bandwagon, So what it is that the media has tried, as like basically made a whole bunch of people have an issue with this stuff. Star Trek, if that came out today, Next Generation, my God, the wokeness will be incredible regarding that. Woke has always been around. Only for some reason people have an issue with it today, mainly the incels.
Listen, I'll tell you what, before you play this, hang on. Oh yeah, we don't need to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just watching Naked Gun 2. And if Naked Gun 2 came out today, they would consider that woke. Why? Because it's talking about environmentalism. Okay? It's about big oil trying to kill a guy or suppress a guy from getting a government contract to push for green energy. All right? and that would be considered woke today. See, the problem is we live in the age of the internet, where it's all been monopolized by certain groups, and of course Russia doesn't help in this situation because Russia's always been just far right since the fall of communism. You've just had, you know, plus the seizing of the Republican Party by the Tea Party, and all this kind of shit, and you've had just this complete Overton shift into just, you know, far right bollocks, where absolutely to the point where Jesus's message is considered woke. That this is
Yeah.
where we are now. Okay, they consider Jesus too woke. They hate kindness. They hate compassion because that's not the evangelical rhetoric. The evangelical rhetoric is capitalism above all. Gaz.
Well, you see, it's violence. It's more Trumpism, more the rise of his brand. I mean, I don't see it like he's like a cult
Oh, your
leader
mic
in
is
himself.
all over the place.
Gary, mate, your mic is so bad, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That any better?
Maybe give it
Keep
a go.
speaking.
I was just gonna say, like, well, Trump himself is
No,
like a cult
it
leader.
sounds like you're
No.
farting.
Yeah, it sounds like you're farting every two
It
seconds.
sounds like you're
What's wrong
farting.
with
You
it?
know what
Why
I
is
mean?
it doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, plug it in, plug it out again.
Yeah.
See if
I
that
want
does
to
anything.
quickly before you continue, Gary. I want to say that there was stuff that we grew up on that would be considered like woke propaganda. Like remember the cartoon, the raccoons, the raccoons. It was a great cartoon. Yeah, environmentally conscious cartoon. And then there was stuff like Captain Planet. Everybody loves Captain Planet. You know, and even stuff like Sesame Street. My God, you know, and it has been.
Educating children, that's too woke.
Yeah, exactly. You know, all of these things. Like, and then
But
you had Bert and Ernie, like arguably a gay couple. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Uh,
definitely a gay couple.
yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Nobody cared back then. Go on, Gary,
No.
give it a shot.
I'm just gonna say, I've just removed the mic and put it back in. Has that improved it?
No.
Just keep talking anyway. Just get your message across. Oh, it's gone. Yeah. Get a friggin' laptop, for God's
Get a
sake, man.
laptop, Gary. God damn it, man.
Get a
I keep giving
laptop,
you
God damn it.
I don't. No,
£150.
I'll have to. I'll have to.
You'd have to
Let's
spend
Uh,
invite this to you.
thousands.
A couple of £100. They're not that
Yeah,
expensive.
I've
I
sent you
think you're
some
sounding
links,
better
mate.
now.
Anyway, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, Trump himself is a cult leader.
That's
I
better.
mean, that's what has led to this, like this idea of like kindness is a bad thing. I mean, like the fact is that
Oh,
people who even do their
It's
jobs,
back.
like
It's back. It's
oh,
back. Sorry, Gary. It's
I
back.
can't hear it myself. Sorry.
It's very bad.
yeah, it's bad. Just join us in the comments, mate. Sorry, I hate to be like
No,
that.
no problem.
It's just only because we
All right.
can't hear you. But yeah, I mean, it's look, it's also it's you know your Fox Newses and the rise of them, and then needed the boogeyman, and now you know they've got to attack everything and anything, and they've got to keep you distracted, constantly distracted. Like they need you, and because so many people feel so useless, helpless, and all this, they need something to cling on to. And when there's an easy boogeyman that you can feel and see, that's where the cult goes. Because they're like, I could be angry at this thing, but don't be angry at the kings. Be angry at some completely irrelevant garbage. And, you know, this is where we are. I mean, to say like Superman, I mean, there was nothing woke about this film. Like an immigrant
Nothing.
story. It's an immigrant story is an immigrant story. Every fucking American, sorry, I swore now, but every American is an immigrant. Every American is, except for the natives, obviously. You know, they're not. But
Hello.
everyone else is, you know, an immigrant. So, or descendant from immigrants. Like, and it's just, I think, for me, my main reason for doing this is to ask, like, where do you stop? Where is there no personal reflection to say, you know what? I'm a bit of a really sad git, if I'm getting offended because somebody called Superman woke and I haven't seen the film yet, because none of these
if,
people have even seen the film.
if I could like just add to this as well, there's a whole bunch of YouTubers and influencers out there who thrive on making everything and anything. They thrive on complaining just generally about everything. I mean, we as a YouTube channel, I think we're quite kind of fair. We all have our own personal opinions on stuff, but we don't go on about wokeness. You know, you had your issues with Superman. Never once did you bring up wokeness with that movie. I liked it. Bossman loved it, and Cheeto liked it a little bit more than I did. We all had, and our likes and dislikes of it. But there's people out there like Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and various, and that entire contingent, where they need to shit on stuff, it's who they've become now. They have to go out there, complain about stuff. They want everything. You know what? If anything, they want what they consider to be woke. They want it. They want it as much as possible, because if they have stuff to shit on, they get views.
Yeah.
And so, if anything, they want as much stuff to complain about. Even if it isn't work, we'll fucking make it work somehow. We'll find a reason to make it work. And that's where we are now as a society, where people have to make stuff woke for the sake of making it work without it even being fucking woke. Even if it is fucking woke, it always has been woke. So why are you complaining now? Why weren't you complaining 20, 30 years ago? We didn't give a shit back then. That's why.
Not even 10 years ago did people give a crap back then about things being woke. You know what I mean? It was like, it just, again, and an algorithm is another thing to blame in this, because it's like, oh yeah, outrage, clickbait, rage bait feeds the algorithm. It gets views. It gets people like us even talking about it. But again, I want to emphasize this. I'm very bored at home, and I just felt like doing a video, so I'm going to talk about this because there's nothing really else out there, and this is kind of hot topic at the moment. Now,
Sorry, if I could just also add, like X-Men, before the '97 reboot, it was woke as fuck. Pardon my French. It was woke. It was about minorities of people being discriminated against, and it's one of the most popular cartoons. In the archives here within YouTube, I did a video of the top 5 woke, popular woke television shows and films or something like that. Invincible is definitely in there. Obviously, X-Men as well. The boys was so popular until the generational thing started coming into play, and then the self-reflection. A lot of these idiots had, realizing, damn, we're actually supporting the bad guy here. It's crazy. It's amazing how many people still support Highlander, Homelander to this day, after he let all those people die in season 1 in that plane crash, and killing people without remorse, so often. Yet somehow he's seen as a hero by so many right wingers. It's incredible.
yeah, I mean, the problem with the right wingers is that they think they're the good guys. They always think they're the good guys. They're doing the morally just thing. There is literally nothing about your ideology that is moral or just. You say you are pro-family, but you're not. Say you are about the betterment of, that you're a patriot, but you're not. You say that you are a Christian, but you are not. You are nothing you claim to be. Not 1 ounce of you is anything good. Your ideology is no, hang on. Your ideology is racist. You are pro-capitalist, which means you are pro-king, which means you hate your fellow workers. You say you're a patriot, but you vote in people that have sold every part of your country out and shipped your jobs abroad. Okay, and you say you're a Christian, but yet you don't even conduct yourself in the most basic form of love and compassion and adhering to any part of your Christian faith. You just quote Leviticus all the time, and Leviticus was just another dumbass fundamentalist aspect of Christianity, and that's all you ever get from them. All they ever quote is bloody Leviticus. It's just like Leviticus was a fascist, okay, a lot more than the other apostles. So there is nothing like I fail to see what good you offer on the right. It's as simple as that.
I just want to add as well. You mentioned about how they claim to be Christians and pro-marriage and all of that. I mean, a lot of these guys are MAGA, and they support a guy who has been married 3 times, cheated on all of his wives. And a lot of these guys are pro-military, yet they support a guy who basically didn't join the military by claiming that he had bone spurs and all of that. They they I don't know how blind these people are, but a lot of them think that Donald Trump is religious. He's not remotely religious. We're atheists. I know an atheist when I bloody see one, and Donald Trump is definitely an atheist. He doesn't, give a damn about religion. He's using it as a tool, because these people who are religious are tools, and they get used very easily. That's why religious people get duped the most. They're so easy to grift. All these end of world doomers and stuff like that, constantly milking religious people all the bloody time. And yeah, a lot of them have hatred in their heart. But if they did follow their Bible to a degree, they would realize that you have to be, and that's why Christianity is considered woke in some sense. You have to be compassionate. You have to help the needy, help the poor, help the sick. Let in the refugee, give away your wealth. All of these things you're supposed to do, and yet these guys are the oxymoron to that because they worship wealth and they've got a libertarian mentality. I mean, how can you call yourself a Christian and be that at the same time? So yeah, these guys
Yeah,
stand for
it's
nothing. They stand
they're,
for nothing, Ginger.
they're evangelicals. Evangelicals is just capitalism with a cross on it. They're not religious in the least. They're a cult. They should be treated as a cult. And frankly, if it was up to me, I'd ban them from this country because they are starting to grow a little too much for my liking and influencing things. They're pumping money into the anti-abortion lot in this country, and I would ban them. In fact, I'd go as far as to treat them as a terrorist organization because that's what they do. They terrorize people's way of life to adhere to their ideology. Isn't that what we say about Muslims all the time, that they're terrorists? Well, why aren't evangelicals terrorists? They are terrorists. And
Evangelicals are just generally terrorists, whether it be Muslim, Christians, or Jews. Zionists for me are the terrorists. They're the evangelical Jews. Evangelical Christians
yeah,
are the people in the White
yeah,
House right
correct.
now.
Yeah,
Not just not about Trump, but everyone else. People like Mike Johnson. My God, that guy is like evil personified. And Stephen Miller, who's a hardcore Zionist. And yeah, they're no different to me than the crazy Muslims who hate the kafir and believe in jihad and all of that sort of stuff. And these people are also right wing, but they just happen to be Muslim right wing. It's a right
yeah.
wing ideology,
It's a right
regardless.
wing ideology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and these arseholes, the fundamentalist Muslim arseholes, they don't even adhere to their religion. They don't do charity. They don't do kindness. All they do is murder and oppress. So they're just as bad. They're another cult mentality because really within the Muslim, like one of the key fundamental aspects is community and charity. All right, and if I look at all the Muslims in my area here, they do all of that shit. A lot of the non-evangelicals in this area do that shit. Okay, they open their churches to people. They open their mosques to people. They do free lunches and breakfasts and food banks and all this kind of stuff. Even the Greek Orthodox Church, not far from me, it is doing that, which is good to see because as much as I say like the Greek Orthodox Church is pretty chill, it's very rare that I've seen them do things for the community, so it's good to see that
The
as well.
Sikhs do that. My God, like have you seen the Sikhs? They're always handing out food. My
But that's
God,
part of their religion. It's
it's part of
part of
their
their
religion.
religion.
When
Yeah,
there was a period of time when the roads were frozen and people were stuck in their cars, and they made an effort to give all these truck drivers all stuck in curries and stuff like that warm food. You know, I mean,
yeah.
like
And what do the evangelicals offer? Nothing. They just
these
gimme, gimme, gimme.
these are
Give
the
me
good
your
things.
money.
These are the good elements of religion when it comes to helping people. But so often it is the pastors and the people at the top of the food chain who just want their money so they can fly around in their private jet and hire hookers. When the cameras are off.
Yeah. Why couldn't Superman with his X-ray vision see Ultraman hammer Baravia's face instead of being surprised by seeing
Yeah,
the
that's
Vietnam?
good.
Well,
That's a
that's
good
a good
one.
point. That's a very
That's
good point, Nico.
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent point,
But
Nico
again,
Felix.
look, I've already said that the film was stupid, sucked, bad writing. Everyone else enjoyed it.
Who's wearing the head?
But I could just
I think
add that. You know, it said he was wearing lead. Did they say he was wearing lead? You know, I know we don't need exposition on everything, but I'm just saying he could have tried to look through the mask and then it'd be like, oh, it's lead, can't see it. But yeah, that's a good one, Nico. So I'll just add that to the list of stupid in this film. But yeah, I mean, honestly,
no, but no,
like,
but no, I just want to add that what Nico is saying is relevant, warranted criticism of
yeah,
the movie.
absolutely,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
want to criticize this film, then those are the things you say regarding the film for being bad. If you dislike it, not Superman's too kind.
I mean, I mean, these people might as well just cheer on Lex Luthor because it's Elon Musk anyway. I mean, they might as well
yeah.
just cheer on Lex Luthor and just say, this film is anti-Lex Luthor. I can't believe it. If they did a film that was just called Lex Luthor, they'd cheer that on and be like, ugh, Superman. Ugh, look at that guy. So, ugh. Get rid of that illegal alien. Get rid of him, kind of thing. You know what
All
I
the
mean? All the
guntards.
guntards will assume that it was lead.
Well,
Yeah, they
I
can assume it, but it was
well,
still
look, I mean, yeah, you're right, but
hang on, of all the exposition that they shoved in that film, that was one that should have been in there. Just
I
saying.
mean, Nico, just so if you're still listening, like I mentioned earlier that like Clark Kent didn't realize, or Kal-El didn't realize that his parents wanted him to rule Earth, not be its savior. And with Kara also being there, she would have got the same message too, theoretically, to rule Earth, not to be its savior. So she's grown up. She would have got that message. Kal-El was a baby. So why the hell is she not trying to rule Earth and all of that sort of stuff? These are plot holes that they need to resolve regarding the movie. Those are the issues I have with the film. You know,
Look,
not
see,
that fucking Lois Lane is a strong woman.
well, Lois Lane's. I mean, Jesus Christ! If anyone's
Always been a
complaining
strong
about
woman.
Lois
Lois
Lane,
Lane has
there
always
is
been a strong
never
woman.
a moment where she hasn't been. Okay, she's had her moments of damsel in distress and all this kind of stuff, but that was in the Christopher Reeve, in all the other Supermans, maybe Superman Returns and all of that. But for the most part, she's always been,
And she's
you
still,
know, a fucking
she's
balls
still
to the
been a
wall,
strong.
kick-ass journalist. And Terry Hatcher still did the best Lois Lane for me.
No,
Like she was
in a
awesome.
way, like Lois Lane is one of those women who is actually quite a strong independent woman, but she always ends up being in shit. And somehow she's lucky that there's someone like Superman that just fucking save her.
Mm.
But she's a strong person for
I
sure.
did mention this as well in the review that maybe it was they kind of raised her different, but did they? You know what I mean? She might have the same message, she might not. Don't forget their family.
No, because
So
like I said, I
I'm sure
really did.
people within that family will probably have the same kind of thing.
Because I really felt James Gunn was channeling Invincible when I was watching this. Like there were so many incidences. There was the Bowser one. There was the fucking giant flying eyeball which Superman wasn't fighting, and all of that sort of stuff. There was so many creatures and monsters, and there was the one at the very beginning, which was like a giant Iron Man or whatever, which was Ultraman in the Iron Man
It was
suit.
Ultraman,
You know,
yeah.
all of that sort of stuff. There was always something going on in Gotham. Sorry, in
Metropolis.
Metropolis. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
I
look.
mean, I
I
said
think
that as well. Like he couldn't win a fight without asking for help. Like
look,
every fight he gets, he needs help.
I just think I'm hoping that some of these you guys have made a point that I only kind of realized after the point was made, but at the same time I want a little bit of vulnerability with my Superman, so I'm hoping they could tweak it with the next movie and make him bit more of a
The
badass and
the
yeah.
Ultraman stuff aspect of it and the Kryptonite aspect. Well, the Kryptonite bit was stupid anyway, but the Ultraman aspect of it was great. You know what I mean? That's the guy that's kicking his ass. But everything was kicking his ass in that bloody film. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
I just think that like nobody had a problem when fucking sorry, I'm swearing again. When Superman he fought Nuclear Man, and you got a little scratch on the neck, and all of a sudden he's down and out for the count.
I
Yeah,
think everyone just had a problem with that film.
yeah. It's a terrible film, but he got proper weak there in that particular movie, and the Brandon Roof one. Yeah, being on that kryptonite planet made it weakened them up, or kryptonite thingy weakened
Yeah, but
them a
that's what I
little
mean.
bit.
But those are moments. Those are moments. This is throughout the whole film.
Okay, no, but also when he did, which by the way, my favorite scene of all time with the plane chase, he really had to like stop the force and the physics of the plane to stop it. Like he couldn't just like, okay, grabbing the plane now, it's going to stop moving. Like no, he had to really put all of his effort and strength into stopping it from crashing. Yeah, but people don't pick up on that. You know, okay, they let that fly because they're looking for every minor detail in this one because that's where we are in today's world. You know.
Yeah, but again, in in defense of that aspect of it, that film was also fucking boring as hell. I'm swearing now. Fuck it, we're gone now. We're past the bloody point of no
Oh, I
return.
agree. I agree. It's got only that one major scene,
Yeah,
which,
it was a god awful film. It was just indicative, sadly, of Bryan Singer, who
but
could do some
that's
great
not the
moments, but
argument.
overall
That's
was
not the
boring.
argument, though, Ginger. That's not the argument. The argument is that we have seen this level of weakness or whatever of Superman not being super strong. With Henry Cavill Superman, especially in the director's cut of the Justice League, when he defended uh um oh
No,
god
no,
the
no.
android
Hang
guy.
on. It doesn't matter. You're missing the point. The point we're saying is that it's throughout the whole film he's getting his ass kicked. The whole film, and that's everyone saying that. It's not just the anti like woke lot. It's everyone saying it. Like the guy literally can't win a fight without getting help from somebody. That's that argument. It's nothing to do with everything else. That's a genuine criticism. Like
I know.
he's too much of a
Yeah.
weakling in this film. Like too much. There's a limit. You know what I mean? He can get his ass kicked by Ultraman, but the kaiju thing, he'd literally just knock that thing out. Just fly at it with force and knock its bloody head off. If he wanted to. I know I didn't want to kill it, but he could still knock it out with a punch.
See, I've
Kind
had
of
this
thing.
argument, and I know I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I've had this argument with Spider Man when he's fighting bad guys. He is superhuman strong. The guy's got tremendous strength. Yeah, and somehow, yeah, he's having fisticuffs with loads of regular people and stuff. When really, he could just flick them, and
Yeah.
they might be
Totally.
dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nobody brings those things up. You know,
Well, they
I could,
should be.
yeah, they're the big plot. Oh, yeah, you already mentioned it. So being surprised by a single face. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I yeah.
Oh, what's that? Is the comment section broken again? Yeah, it is. It's just repeating Nico's comment. The comment section is really weird in this. Hello, Cat. Yes, don't worry. But you see, look, we've sat here and we've talked about actual issues with the film, and yet the other lot are not talking about any of these issues, except for maybe the Superman getting his ass kicked one. But that's a genuine criticism laid by most people. But everything else we've talked about, all the little plot holes, your thing on Supergirl, all this kind of stuff, and yet that side don't pick up on that. They just think, oh, they said the word he's immigrant, and now I have to melt. And it's just like, all right, dude, you're just sad. Like at one point, there was a list somewhere of everything that's just being declared as woke, and it's in the hundreds. I think it was on Reddit, but it's in the hundreds now. And at one point, because they have no personal reflection, self-reflection, seeing anything beyond 5 minutes ago, they have no memory of anything. They just keep repeating themselves, and you point it out to them, and just like, no, I never said that. No, it's different. No, I didn't. It was like we've been sitting here now for 9 years, since 2016, talking about you lot complaining about the same bloody thing over and over again. Meanwhile, you're still supporting a guy that's cutting off your welfare, that's cutting off your Medicaid, that's cutting off your jobs, giving you nothing in return, giving the billionaires everything. But, let's focus on Superman, why don't you? Yes, focus on the immigrants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's not
Eh,
focus on those Epstein files. I'm going to remove Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship.
Zach, the one I in files, what are you on about? Forget. Forget. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Don't look around the eyes. Don't look around. Look into my eyes. There was no Epstein files.
No, just so you know, boss man, I watched the film twice now, and I liked it the second time. I liked it more after the second time of viewing. It was very difficult not to watch it with a level of skepticism. But now I knew what it was. Watching it a second time, I enjoyed it a lot more, which is why my score of 6 is bumped up to a 7.
You gave it a 7 before, didn't you?
No, I gave it a 6 before.
Oh, you did give it a 6 before. Okay.
You know, like I said, this new DC universe is a breath of fresh air. Like the MCU has become so stale. You know, I,
I
knowing
mean,
that, yeah,
Fantastic Four's around the corner, and I have no interest in watching it. Like, it looks boring. If
I'll
I'm
watch
being
it
honest,
because
I
that's
mean,
who I
yeah,
am.
we're all gonna watch it,
Yeah.
but what I mean is like when I say
You
just
don't
to
give
be
a
clear,
shit.
no, yeah, that and but also to go to the cinema to watch it as well. That's also partly what I mean. So when I say I have no interest in watching it, it means I have no interest in parting with £18 of my money to go and watch it in a cinema. I'll watch it whenever. Like there's no rush to kind of watch it. Kind of thing. I mean, I haven't watched Thunderbolts. I'm not going to watch Thunderbolts. There's quite a few things now I just don't watch anymore. But with Superman, although I hated the film, they've planted some lovely seeds in it, and as long as James Gunn isn't involved in everything, then there is some hope for it. And the film's making money. It's the third highest grossing opening weekend of the year, beaten by Lilo Stitch and Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft is a monster. That film made like $1 billion. And to be perfectly honest, that's where the new money is now. The new money is now in video game films. That's the new genre to kind of milk now. Let's be honest. And so the superhero days are kind of lumbering behind. Even with Superman coming out, it's Superman, so everyone's curiosity peaks. But will you get the same eyes on Green Lantern? Will you get the same eyes on Lobo? Probably not. But you
See,
know,
it's crazy. It's crazy, people, when you say that, because for me, hell yeah, you know, what I mean, the idea of like a,
yeah. But for the general public to get
yeah,
their eyes on that, in
Lobo, I can't wait. Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo, man.
yeah, he was. He was
Yeah.
literally born to play Lobo. So I'm looking forward to it. But other people will engage. To be fair though, the only thing that would get people to go and watch that is because it's Jason Momoa as Lobo, and he'll probably be shirtless as well, painted white but shirtless because that's Lobo. And Minecraft made £1 billion, and he's in it. So Jason Momoa
Uh,
could be enough of a pull for Lobo. So there is that aspect of it. So don't take everything I said too seriously because there's that. But it is interesting moving forward. I'm sure they'll complain. Oh my god. Oh Zam. Oh dear God. When Supergirl comes out, they're gonna have a friggin' meltdown when Supergirl comes out because they're working on Supergirl. I think that's next
yeah,
on the
but
slate.
Supergirl's been around for ages. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, but the Supergirl film is gonna come out, and they're gonna have an excuse to have a meltdown on that. They're gonna call that woke. They're gonna call it fucking DEI or whatever bollocks and all this kind of stuff.
Oh,
And
you
it's
got
just,
an Australian actress to play Supergirl, like, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, you got an immigrant to play an alien immigrant. God damn it, kind of thing. But yeah, so there's that to come
Well,
out.
and they had no problem with a British guy playing Superman. You
No,
know.
you know what I mean. But what are they going to say about Lobo? What are they going to find about Lobo? Oh my God! They painted an islander white. He's not white. How dare they? Kind of thing. They'll find an excuse. They'll be like, "What's with all these aliens in these films? These illegal aliens coming to Earth." And then we've got He-Man coming out. They'll probably complain about He-Man. Teela, she's too woke, and it's like Teela's a warrior. She's not a fucking namby
A
pamby pansy.
badass, man.
Yeah,
He's a
she's a bloody warrior.
Peacemaker. Oh, by the way, you're going to be happy about this. Peacemaker is next.
Oh God, I saw what was it? The first like 2 seconds of the trailer. I was just like, yeah. This is where James Gunn belongs here with the stupid crap, doing stupid scripts and not big characters like fucking Superman.
He was in Superman. Did you see his cameo? Peacemaker had a cameo in Superman.
Did he? I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I
he was
missed it.
he was being interviewed on television by
Oh,
somebody.
oh
He
right.
was like
I
on
missed
a
it.
David Letterman or something, and so you saw him on the screen.
Oh yeah. That was a bit with the message kind of came out, wasn't it?
I can't
From
remember
his
that.
parents, was it that bit?
I
After
don't
that, they were
know.
doing all the interviews.
I think maybe there was. I don't know. I just remember that scene, like, and he was in it, and obviously a lot of the characters from this movie are in Peacemaker, like the Justice Gang are in Peacemaker.
Rick B's got my yeah. I know. I saw them in the trailer. I saw that it was a right wing talk show. Yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I think I remember seeing him in it. Um, but yeah. Let me see. What's this one? Oh, the eagle noise as Soups knocked out the alien creature in the park was a bit much for me. Oh, okay, that I don't remember that bit, but you know, let's not talk about the copy we watched, eh? Now, with that being said, I think we can wrap it up there.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, later on tonight, it is WWE Evolution. No, we're not going to be live streaming that. Because I might end up being asleep, and I don't think Sam's going to watch it till tomorrow.
Now we're gonna watch Clash. We'll live stream Clash in Paris for you.
No, yeah, we'll do Clash in Paris because that's early. So it's going to be 3 hours of advert, and we might get some wrestling in between that. I didn't watch NXT. I didn't watch Main Event. I'm only watching Evolution because, you know, it's a women's pay per view. So interested to see what they do that. But it'll probably be 3 hours of adverts, and my shoulder might pop out, but that's none of your
Probably
business.
probably the only thing that won't pop out, I guess.
Hey! But with that being said, if you do get a chance, do watch AEW All In. It was bloody brilliant. And on that note, we, the Super G and Zex Zuther, the Ultimate Woke Brigade, will leave you be on that. And let us know in the comments if you think Superman is woke. The film or in general.